Hi Seaview parents, this video is all about the new Daymap app called Daymap Companion. Very excited to partner with Daymap in this and want to go through just some of the benefits of Daymap Companion compared to the old app, and then go through helping you out if you need to create an account and then also what you can do within the app. So some of the improvements and updates within Daymap Companion is this has really been generated as a mobile first priority. What that means is it is now specifically designed for use on mobile devices like phones. So you're going to find a much more streamlined and smooth experience than previously. There are enhanced communication tools. I'm going to show you about how you can use those within the app. It's got updated calendar functionality, allowing you to see events more clearly. That includes a new timeline view. Especially good is if you have a student that is another school that uses Daymap, you can add that second school in Daymap Companion, so you no longer have to log out and log in between different schools, but you can actually just view all your children within the one spot just by switching between schools within the app. I'll show you how to add a second school at the end of the video. And also, and this is probably one of the most exciting things, is that you can now access class and assessment notes within the new app. You currently cannot do this on the old version, but in the new Companion app you can. So if you want to download Companion, it's very simple. Just go to the Google Play Store or the App Store, depending on if you have an Android or an Apple device, and search in Daymap Companion. Okay, so there are a couple of previous versions of Daymap which you don't want to make sure you download, or you may already have that downloaded, but the key one you want to look for is Daymap Companion. Once you've downloaded that, if you already have an account, you can skip forward ahead a little bit in the video, but if you don't have an account, you might just want to quickly set one up. So the first thing you're going to need to do is search here within the actual search bar for Seaview High School. Click sign in. Okay, once you've done that, it'll take you to this sign in page. All right, if you do not have an account, you'll need to click on forgot your password. If you have an account, simply enter your details and log in. When you click on forget your password, it'll take you to this page where you need to enter in the email address you have registered with the school. This will be the one that you used in your enrollment interview. If you are not sure of that, please contact the school on 83778000 just to double check. Otherwise, enter your email in and click reset password. You will get an email that looks like this. Okay. Now, the first thing to know is in here, this is your username. Now, for if you have had children here at Seaview for a while, you will have a user account that looks a bit like this, with the first 4 letters of your name and then a number. From 2025, however, it has changed to a longer username, so please make sure you take note of this. You might want to take a screenshot of it or something so you've got a record, but please take note of your username. This is the username you use back at this step here. You can also use your registered email address instead of your username if you desire. So, to reset your password, please click on this link. Please take note though that this is valid only for 24 hours. Sometimes due to your email filtering, you may not receive the email. If you do not get the email, please contact the school. Easiest ways to do that is either via phone, 83778000, or even quicker is emailing our ICT team who can support you. That's dl.0893.ictadmin@schools.sa.edu.au. We can send you a password reset via SMS, so that might be a quick response instead of getting an email. All right, once you've created your account, you're going to be able to log in to the app, so I'm going to show you what that looks like now. Now, if you have a previous app of Daymap installed, when you log in, you might see this new pop-up come up. And this is talking about Daymap Companion as a new app for you. If you want, you can click on the links here to take you straight to the Play Store or the Apple Store to download it. Okay, or you can continue using with the old app if you want. But I strongly recommend that you move to the new one, because as you see here, future updates will not be included in Daymap Connect or Daymap Mobile, which are the old versions. What I'm going to be showing you in the video here is called the desktop version. This is identical to what you'll see in the app if you're accessing this on a phone, but that you can also access this from a desktop if you want as well. So when you access this, you'll be taken to the login screen. You will put your login credentials in. Remember, your username is that one that was in the email for those creating a new account, and your password. Click sign in. You will then be taken to your landing page in the new Daymap Companion app, which looks like this. So you'll notice that it's reasonably similar to some of the older versions of Daymap, but there are some nice streamlined improvements. The first thing to notice is that this is the overview page, and so up the top here you will see, if you have more than one child, you'll see all your children up here, and this is an access to their portfolio, and I'll explain those a little bit. I'm obviously on just our generic test account at the moment, so I have just a year 7 student and a year 10 student here, but you will have your children listed up the top, hopefully with their school ID photos as well. The first thing I want to talk about is obviously just what you can see within this landing page here. So you can see any school notices that are relevant to you, and now these should be filtered by your children. So if they're in year 7 and year 10, I should only be seeing ones here that are relevant to year 7 and year 10 students. Over on the side here, you'll also see if there are any notifications that you need to be aware of from the school. So as you can see here, my year 10 student has not been signed in to any of his lessons today, so I'm getting the notifications here. Okay, what you can do is you can click on that straight away, and you can actually notify the school if it's for family, social, or ill without certificate, and you can send that through straight away as your absence notification, which is obviously much quicker. You can switch between your children here. You can send it for both of them if you like as well by clicking on both here. All right. If you need to go back to a previous day and you want to update notifications about absence, you can click on here, select the date, select your absence reason, and send it to the school. If you want to go back to your home page, just click back on home over here. Okay, and then from here you can view the calendar, or the calendar is over on the side as well. So within the calendar, obviously this is going to be a harder one because my trial students aren't enrolled in anything here, but you will be able to see some events through here in the calendar. Strongly recommend you have a look. Probably the more important thing that you want to use this for, though, is communication with your child's teachers. So in communication here, this will see your inbox. All right, you can see again we've got the bulletins through here, but you'll notice also that there are actually the messages within here as well. All right, so you can have a look through. If you want to filter by only your unread messages, this is now an option in here to be able to filter by unread only. Okay, which makes it a lot easier to kind of make sure you've caught up with everything you need to. Over on the side here, you can now change from inbox. You can look at emails that have been sent home. You can go to archive ones, or you can filter by school notices as well. So you can see that this is far more streamlined and user-friendly than last time, and hopefully this will allow you to make sure you haven't missed any communication from the school. If you want to send a message to a teacher, there have been some changes within Daymap as well. Now, this has all been based upon student feedback. Daymap runs in a lot of schools across Australia, and Daymap feedback from parents was around the messaging in particular. So if you click on a new message here, you'll see again you can send absence notification if you want, or you can message a teacher. Now, when you come up here, in the past there used to be a little box where you could type in the teacher name. Now there's a drop down menu here, and you can see all the teachers that are associated with your child. So I have 2 children, my year 7 and my year 10 child, and you can see here the teachers, and you can see the subjects that they are associated with. What you will also see down the bottom, and I've just put a couple in here so for you to be able to see, is you will also see any leaders who are associated with that. So you can see at the moment I've got Tessa Gale, who's our learner support leader. Callie is the exec team member who's in support. And you can also message student services through here directly as well. There'll be other ones that you'll be able to see as well, such as the year level manager, also the senior school leader as well. So you can message them directly through here. However, one change is that you can no longer message a child that is not message a teacher that is not directly linked to your child. And so I know that some parents have been asking about this, and what I strongly recommend is if you have a teacher that you would like to make contact with that is not on the list here, you send the message to one of the student services team here. All right, and they will pass your message on to the relevant teacher. Once that teacher then contacts you through Daymap, you will be able to respond directly to them. So if there is a teacher on the list here that you cannot find that you would like to contact, please contact student services, and they will send the message to that teacher on your behalf as well. So you can still do that through here. If we go back to the home message, I should note you can actually attach messages to the messages as well if you want. So if there's anything you want to attach for the teacher that you think is relevant, such as a medical document or supporting letter, anything like that, you can do that within the message as well. What I'm going to do is take you now into their portfolio. So I'm going to select my year 10 student up here. I want to have a look at information that is more relevant to them. So looking at this year 10 student, again, you can see these absence notifications here. What you can do is you can come in and have a look at their timetable. So you can see here, this is just showing their timetable for the day. So starting with care group, science, and then history, and then English as well. And as I said before, one of the new features in this is you can now access lesson notes. So these are the rooms, SC5, FB2, but here's the lesson note for Year 10 Science. So if you want to know what your child is doing in the morning, you can click on this and it will show you what the lesson plan is for this. All right. You can also see the teacher we've got up here. So this is a new feature which I strongly recommend you take advantage of, because if you, like me, and you have teenagers who don't really tell you about what's happening at school, you can come into here in Daymap and you can have a look. Okay, you can also see down here that we've got an assessment task. So for science today, they actually have an exam. So if I click on this, I'll be able to see the set and the due dates for it as well. I can also see here if work has been received or not. Now this is an exam, which obviously isn't a great example, but this gives you greater flexibility to be able to have a look within the life of your child, and you can scroll back between days as well as to see what's actually happening for them. If you want to have a look at their schedule, all right, again, there's not a lot of information here within the tests student, but you'll be able to see all the information here around all the tasks they've got due, when the due date is, what they've got due, what they don't haven't submitted yet. You can also access this under assessment. You can filter it by a particular class if you want. If I just want to have it just look at science, for example, and I want to look at all of them, I can have a look. I can look at ones which only are published, which only are the ones that will be used for their report grades. So there's lots of different information you can have a look here as well. Okay. In terms of attendance, you'll be able to have a look here and you'll be able to see attendance. So anything that has a red dot up here, you'll see is an unapproved absence. This is a calendar view. You can have a look here through attendance rates, which will give you by class and their attendance. Now again, I've only created this student for today, so for the moment, not good attendance at all. But for your son or daughter, if you're aware that they're potentially always wanting to ask to not go to school on a particular day, you can have a look at what subjects they have on that day, have a look at potentially their attendance for that subject, and that might give you an indication of something you wanted to alert us to. Other thing you might want to have a look at is records. In records, if there is a positive behavior record that your son or daughter has received, this will show up in here as well, and you can have a look here at the positive behavior record and you will see the comment from the teacher. This is really good thing to engage with your child with, encourage them around some of the really positive things that they've been doing at the school. Any reports they've got will show here. All right, so you can actually download them here, and again, this is a trial student, but you will be able to see things like their semester achievement reports dating back to whenever they first started here. You can download them as a PDF as well. Now, if you want to add another school as well, because you have a child who is at another school, that is using Daymap, what you do is you click on the name of the school up here, and this will bring up this for you, which will allow you to switch schools or add schools. So by clicking on the name, if you then click on here, you will then get to search for the school, add them in, and they will show underneath. So if you then want to flick between them, just simply click on the school name and select the school that you want. If you want no longer to see a school listed on there because your child has left, click the little trash can icon next to it, and that will then get rid of that school for you as well. Okay, so there's lots of things that you can do and access here within the new Daymap Companion. It is far more streamlined. All right, if you want to go back and look at one of your other children, the easiest way to do that is come back here to home. All right, and then you flick over here and you change to your other student. All right, so within the Daymap Companion app, I strongly recommend you have a look. You customize it. If you want to perhaps change from the light setting, you can go to a dark setting, for example. You can go with light, or you can go with the system setting that we have as well, which just has our school colors on it. That's up to you. If you want to change your password, you can do that as well. Okay, so please have a look. If you have any issues, I encourage you to email or contact us at the school, and we look forward to journeying with you and your child as they continue through their time at Seaview.